Hello, people. What is going on? Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. Hope everyone's all well out there in the world and doing good. What a mad old day! What a mad old day, ladies and gentlemen. People have been saying about for apologies, and it comes out that he's going to be leaving anyway. Do you know what I mean? Before I get started in this video, please do subscribe to the channel. Goes a long way. Hit notification bell and special like on the video. I'm going to give you my take, and then obviously the link is in the chat. Anyone who wants to come on, they can come on. Dan's in the chat. I'm going to get Dan on and hear his thoughts on the whole Lucas Paqueta saga tonight. But my thoughts are this, all right? If you think this is a David Sullivan poll, then I can't help you no more. I really can't. People are literally screaming at the minute and saying that, even to me, they're saying, oh, you should apologise for saying he was on strike. He refused to play the other week against QPR. Isn't that going on strike for me? And people have sort of blown the smoke up Lucas Paqueta's arse. Listen, at the end of the day, when you refuse to play for this club of ours, right, that to me is enough. Simple as that. Right, he doesn't want to play for West Ham United, so there's no smoke going to be blown up his arse on this channel from me, and there won't be no apology from me either. I said it the other day, and my words were that he is looking for a way out when we're at our lowest. Simple as that. Yeah. There's no way that I can see Sullivan going, you know what, we need to sell him. Do you know what I mean? We've already sold Lewis Guilherme, right? We ain't got to sell another plucking player, right? But people will make out that it's all on the owner. Now, I fucking despise this owner. Right, I really do. I despise him. But what's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. And there is no clickbait in the fucking middle. Simple as that. So, at the end of the day, he doesn't want to be here and he wants to get out of the East End as soon as possible. Now, do I blame him? Not really. Is it the right move to do right now, considering the shit situation that we're in? Absolutely not. It's as simple as that. We're in a relegation dogfight. We're on the verge of going down here, right? And people are saying, well, it's fine. Let him go. He wants to go home. I want West Ham at the bottom three. Sometimes you don't get what you want in life at the end of the day. And that's just coming from me. I look at him and so many people just blow smoke so much up this geezer's ass. He's done 2 assists in 2 years. 2. Like, do you know what I mean? He's never run a game on his own like Payet did, and he's never been as much of an influence as Payet ever was. Do you know what I'm saying? The world-class slogan that goes around football is easy to drop, right? And people will look at him and go, yes, he's world-class on his day. Fucking his day hasn't been for a long time. Hasn't been for a long time. And for me, he will go and we will bring in reinforcements. Now, if we don't bring in reinforcements and come the window shuts and we've sold Lucas Paqueta and there is no reinforcements, everyone can go at Sullivan 1,000,000,000%, and I'll be with yous and I agree with you 100%. But we can't judge what is going to happen from now to the end of the window. We just don't know. Right, it's going to be very hard to go out and find a top quality player to replace Lucas Paqueta. So who's sticking us in this situation right now? Is it Sullivan by selling the player who doesn't want to be here, or is it Lucas Paqueta? My eyes are turning to Lucas Paqueta and saying, why don't you stay here and help us? Like, it's a selfless thing on this one. And for me, I stand by what I said the other day. There won't be no fucking apology from me ever. Right on here, do you know what I mean? Because I stand by what I said, and I will hold it. And I see people shout out to Russ. Russ done a video, and I completely disagree with him. Do you know what I mean? When someone refuses to play for West Ham, and someone has told people categorically that he does not want to play for West Ham again, right? Why am I going to back that? Simple. Why am I going to back this? Do you know what I mean? No person in their right mind is going to sit there and go, right, we've got players at the club who don't want to play for the club. Do you know what I'm saying? It is mad. It is what it is. I knew he'd get his way and he'd get out because player power is rife. It simply is rife, and the players have to control more than the clubs now. Right, the club can't do nothing. If we've got an unhappy player on our hands right now, what can we do? Do you know what I mean? Like, we can't keep him, so that's the problem. So for me, Lucas Paqueta, thank you very much for dropping us in the shit. Simple as that. And we will know at the end of the window whether the money is being reinvested. Yeah. We can't judge it now. We can't say it's a Sullivan Paul when we've got 2.5 weeks to go. Do you know what I mean? Because if he goes out and drops 3 or 4 new signings, then what? The argument is done and void. Sullivan's a lot of things. I despise that little cunt. I despise him, and I would fucking put one in his nut quite easily. But on some things, what is right, and what is wrong, and there is no fucking middle, not even on fucking YouTube. And I'm sort of aiming that towards a certain individual who seems to be spouting a lot of bollocks recently. Oh, let's not do that. Let's do this. Dan, what you
Right, mate.
saying, mate?
Yeah, just listening to you. Agreeing with most of it, mate. Um, the main thing is if you don't want to be here, we don't want you.
Yeah,
Again with the 2 assists in 2 years, certain people, certain channels, not going into names, believe he's the flair player that he was years ago, and he's not. Um,
yeah.
People doing comparisons to Payet. He's not no Payet. Um, Listen, I don't. This is the time to be a West Ham player. This is, throwing a phone away when you score a goal in Nottingham Forest and saying I'm not leaving, and then posting something on Instagram and saying one more season, and then when it
Yeah.
gets hard a few months later and saying I want out, that tells me I don't want you here and you don't want to be here.
Well, let me
And then
ask you a
us,
question, Dan. Dan, let me ask you a question, right? What do you believe? Right? Because what I believe is, yeah, is that he's forcing his way out the club. And to me, I find that criminal. If that was Jared Bowen doing that, I'd be the same. If that was Matthias Fernandez doing that, I'd be the same. Right? For some reason, there is this shadow over Paqueta because of the gambling thing, which he wants to have it on his toes before it gets too much. Right? So whose fault? Like, who is it? Like, who's? What you saying, Dan?
but
Basically,
I think he needed us for the 2 years that betting thing was hanging over his head, and he knew he had us. Now
yeah,
that's not hanging over his head and he knows it's cleared, he's looking for a way out. He didn't have a way out. He had Brazil, but he was also, West Ham was sticking by him, so I felt like he had to have a little bit of loyalty to want to stay. The unfortunate thing for me, in my eyes, is I think the loyalty thing was bullshit. I don't think he's loyal at all. And if you're willing to leave when we're at our lowest, then it's simple to me. Like, I don't want you here. You're not bigger than the club.
that's
You're
what it
not.
feels like to me. Like, I agree with you, mate. Like, for me, yeah, we're on our ass. Like, let's be real. Like, we're on our ass at the minute, and we need everyone. Yeah, and if these people are saying he's good as what they make out, then he should stay here and fight and help us stay in the league. For some crazy reason, he doesn't want to do that. Then I don't know why.
I think has he got a back injury or is he refusing to play? Because there's two different rumors going around right now.
On Sunday, it come out that he turned around and said, apparently, that he made himself unavailable to play. That is what the rumor was coming out. Yeah, because
Yeah,
the first words that everyone's lips on Sunday is, "Where's Matthias Fernandez? Where's Lucas Paqueta?" Right, and then even Nuno's interview today, I didn't buy it. I'm not buying it. And listen, you know me, Dan, for a while, yeah. You know how much I despise Sullivan, right? And I fucking hate that cunt with a passion, right? But with me, I work on like fucking what is straight down the line, and I just don't believe Sullivan sat there and gone, right, we've got to sell him now. And we're in a relegation dogfight. I don't get it. Do you know what I'm
well,
saying?
something's come out today, isn't it, that West Ham are willing to sell him to
Yeah.
Flamengo this month, but we want him on loan for the rest of the season. Well, what's the point in that if his head's not in it?
Well, that tells me one thing. That tells me that the club don't want to let him go because they need him.
But if
And
he
that,
don't want to be here, then unfortunately, the right thing for the sake of the club is to get rid of him.
mm, yeah, yeah. Listen. I agree, and I think the fee is going to be important. The problem is, right, we ain't going to get to the bottom of this until the end of the window, right? I'm seeing people saying about, oh, it's a Sullivan playbook. It feels like that, but for me, I'm not buying this one. I'm not. I feel like this is more on Lucas to say, you know what? Because he could turn around and say, you know what? I'm gonna. I want to stay here. Yeah, I've done 6 months, right? Let's all go back to the summer window, right? Let's go back to the famous Instagram post where he turned around and said, I'm going to do one more year at West Ham. He's telling us that he's going to do one more year at West Ham, right? That's lasted 6 months,
Yeah.
right? And the Instagram post is there, right? I'm not lying about it. Do you know what I'm saying? The Instagram post is fucking there, and he said, "You know what? We've been through like a lot together. I'm going to do one more year, then I'm going to leave at the end of the season, right?" Or as in them words, right? He's done fucking 6 months, and now he's decided, no, it ain't going nowhere. He's not up for the fight. And do you know what? Do you know what? I will be there at the end of the fucking season if West Ham turn this around, right? Because if he goes and we somehow kick into gear, right, we will all know that he was the fucking problem after all. If I'm honest.
The problem with his Instagram post is the beginning of his paragraph. I still remember it, where he says, "It's important to stick by the people who stick by you
Bang
and
on.
show loyalty." Well, sorry, mate, but this is, you know, this is not loyalty. And I think this has been going on for a while because Nuno has mentioned multiple times in his press conferences how important Paqueta is. Well, why is he singling out Paqueta? Why
Yeah.
is he not saying how important Bowen is, or you know, getting reinforcements? It's always Paqueta. Paqueta is important. Paqueta. He's trying to. I feel like this has been a conversation that's been going on for a while. He wants to leave, and it's just come to fruition. Now the window is open.
Now the window's open, the opportunity's there. That's what it is. Like he's took the opportunity. Now there's two
He's
sides
got
of the.
till March as well to go.
That's what I'm saying, right? So he's got two. There's two sides of the coin on this one. You can look at. You can look at and say, did the club expect Lucas Paqueta to go in this window? I don't. I don't believe so. I don't believe they drop 50 million and then they sell Lucas Paqueta in the situation that they're in. I just don't see it, right? Because there's no one in that boardroom are going, and people keep saying, well, we're down, we're done. We've got 17 fucking games. It's not over yet. Because if the ownership are thinking like that now, right, then everyone should be looking at the owners and saying, well, the owners are fucking no good. Everyone's got, they've got to go straight away if they think that we're down after 17 games, right? We're just over half the fucking season. Um, it for me, right? And always people keep saying about, oh, like you should have, like, I should apologise. Apologise for what? The geezer's delivered us fuck all right for the last few years, right? And he's having it on his toes. I can't
Yeah.
believe some West Ham fans, Dan, would rather wave this geezer off and bid him farewell. What? But the geezer's having it away on his toes when we're 7 points fucking adrift. That to me makes no logical sense to me. It just doesn't. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get to this comment quickly from JP pointing. If we do have him on loan for the rest of the season, he can give us the best parting gift of keeping us in playing in the Premier League, Premier football for next season. Yeah, but the problem is, mate,
Nah,
where's that been all
he
year?
hasn't
And
done
it
it for years.
hasn't done it for fuck knows how long.
And if he
But
knows he's leaving, then why would he care now?
who would you rather have? Right, I'm going to get to the comments. Yeah, who would you rather have? West Ham sign a player who's committed, right, and you know what you're signing, or have a player that knows that they're out the door at the end of the year anyway.
No,
Like,
I want commitment.
have it your way.
I want commitment.
Yeah,
I always look at when we score a goal, I look at the players that go over to the player that scored and I look at their reaction. I don't watch the highlight of the goal. I watch the reaction of the players.
yeah.
So the other day, I know it was only QPR. It was an important win, right? So I'll take that. We're into the next round. We've got a chance of a cup run here. We've got Burton next, right? I looked at all the players, they were all smiling. That's important to me. You might not be having a good season, but there might be one bad egg in that dozen
Yeah.
that fucks with you. And if Lucas Paqueta is that man, then we're going to find out about it. I thought we played excellent against QPR, albeit a championship team, but everyone was fighting for that.
Well, and it's
Everyone.
funny, and it's funny. Before I let Damien come in, because I bring him in on this stream tonight, and it's funny. The last time Lucas Paqueta didn't play a game for West Ham played well. Manchester United away.
Yep.
Like, and it's ironic that that game West Ham played well. Magassa played fucking really good.
That was a 1-0,
And
wasn't it?
that was the 1-0, and
Yeah.
we conceded a poor goal, but we scored right at the end, right? And we deserved something at that game because everyone was happy, right? Listen, I'm not going to get it twisted over this geezer, mate. Right? There's a lot of fanboys in that in the West Ham world, and especially in fucking YouTube. Because all I've seen is everyone praising him up, and I'm thinking, well, where the fuck's that been for the last X amount of years? And also, just to say this before I let Damien come in, yeah, all these people praising him up. These are the same people that are criticising Jared Bowen consistently, a man who scored us goals consistently, scored the winner in Prague, right? Does his fucking hardest, but Lucas Paqueta, no, that's all waving goodbye. It makes no fucking sense to
I
me.
know who you're talking about, and we're not going to mention names because they're not worth it. But I see the same, and you know this. I've mentioned this to you before. This is the same. Look, no one's going to fight for that badge like Jared Bowen. He's going to have some bad games, but we can't. Paqueta's been having bad games for years, and we're still praising the guy. We can't do that.
Anyone, listen, right? Anyone who criticises Bowen, right? Then I can't talk to you, mate. I can't because the geezer's carried this club on his own. When has Lucas Paqueta ever carried this club? Like ever? Like when has
No.
he ever gone? You know what? I'm going to run the game, right? Jared Bowen runs games on his own, right? The difference is the geezer has lost his way. That's the problem. Jared Bowen's lost his way. He's out of ideas. He's a captain. He's got the weight of the fucking claret and blue on his shoulders, right? I don't think Lucas Paqueta does what Jared Bowen has done at this club. Do you know what I'm
Bowen's
saying?
having to do it all by himself, mate, because he don't have the players around him. But he's trying his hardest.
Yeah.
And I will never say a bad word about Jared Bowen. He loves this club differently to Paqueta.
So not what I, mate. Right, Damien, welcome. What you saying, mate?
What's going on? What's going on? I feel like
Oh,
thing with Paqueta, yeah. It it's a balancing act, isn't it? Because if you're looking at us and thinking we're going down, yeah,
right.
then you're gonna want to cash in, isn't it?
But are we down?
In my opinion, me personally, I rate some of our players, innit? I rate some of our players. Always do naming players, yeah. But players
Right.
like Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Diouf, Fernandez, Paqueta, Bowen, Somerville, I do rate them. I do rate them. So
Right.
I don't think Nuno's picked the best team yet.
Right.
Uh, I think those two strikers are absolutely pants, and I don't care if people want to get onto about Tatty, mate. He looks like an Argentinian Danny Ings to me.
Hmm.
He's better than Danny Ings, but I need physicality up there. I need someone who's going to make two centre backs think about what they're doing, so Bowen and Somerville can come inside. So I don't know. I think with the Paqueta situation, they've looked at us against QPR, yeah,
Right.
and they've thought to themselves, okay, they're fairly operational. I have to disagree with your man in the top corner there. I think you can see the quality of player that we've got compared to QPR, but I think the way Nuno managed that game was poor. And when he went to 4-4-2 as well, I think he needed instructing to go to 4-4-2. I think someone pulled him and said, hold on, the best thing
No,
would.
the only reason why he changed tack the other day is
Yeah,
because
because Mavropanos went off, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I see he didn't he was calling Golan Bekis up. I'm sorry, these idiots in the fan base, yeah, calling for why don't you drop Kilman for Golan Bekis? Golan Bekis is a baby, bro. I watched the under 21s. I'm not someone who just jumped onto the under 21s this season, yeah, when a few of them started coming through.
Right.
Ask West Ham Network. I've been watching the under 21s for the last 2-3 years. So, and I can assure you, Golan Bekis is not ready for the Premier League.
Right.
And
Yeah,
this
but
is what concerns me. This is what concerns me. This is what concerns me. Nuno was bringing on Golan Bekis to replace Mavropanos, yeah? And then it's almost like someone had to say to him, no. What you do is take a centre back off, bring Pablo on and go 4-4-2.
Yeah, but Damien, listen, right? Listen, I
Yeah,
understand all
well,
that. I understand all that, but I need to know what your opinion is on the Lucas Paqueta thing, because
my opinion on Lucas Paqueta is he has already kind of had it in his mentality that he won't be here next year, yeah. And I feel like there was a thought process from the club thinking to themselves, they've seen us against QPR. We looked relatively functional. If you were to sell Paqueta now, you may be able to get 2 or 3 in. But look at the way we spend money, man.
yeah, but
50 million on Tatian Pablo. What
yeah,
is
but that's a
this?
separate point. Listen, that's a separate point. What we spend money on, because
Ask me a
people,
direct question. Ask me a direct
but,
question about
but
Paqueta, and I'll tell you.
well, is Paqueta fucking jumping ship? That's the question that needs to be asked, right? And if you can answer that for me, right, then we can move on, right? The simple fact of the matter is Lucas Paqueta jumping ship when West Ham are in need right now?
Yeah, I think I think he's had a moment to himself where he's thought, "Oh, I don't fancy this." I'll be honest. I think he does. I'll be honest. I'll find it hard. I'll find it hard with West Ham at the moment, even though, and I know people ain't doing the whole name calling thing, but I know. Listen, man, we're a community, so it's all right to mention people if it's not rude. Yeah, the video Nick did today. Yeah, all right, he mentioned Harry Redknapp, which is insanity, yeah. But if you list the amount of attacking players that we get rid of all the time without replacing, mate, it just becomes demoralizing. And this idea that uh he like mate, we've got, in my opinion, we've got 3. Yeah, if you consider Paqueta an attacking player, yeah,
Right.
and Fernandez a midfielder, yeah, we've got 3 Premier League quality attacking players in our team, which are Bowen, Paqueta, and Somerville.
Right.
You bring in Tati and Pablo. To me, they're not gonna help those 3 players
Yeah,
play.
but listen, right? Listen. All I'm gonna say is this, right? I'm I'm taking a new leaf in 2026, ladies and gentlemen, and people in the chat. And I don't really give a fuck what any other YouTuber says, if I'm being truthfully honest. Because they seem to care about what I say, but I don't really give a fuck what they say. Because I was right many years ago and they all thought fucking Alonso, Slot, and Almiron was turning up at West Ham under Tim Steinman's regime. And
No, I
had a
hear what you're saying. You're being real at the moment. I'm
Right,
not gonna
hold
lie,
on.
you are
And
being real.
the thing is, right, I don't forget fuck all. Fuck all. And I've got the receipts to prove it. So I don't care about anyone else, right? For me, Lucas Paqueta is down in tools and he's fucked off when we're in need. Simple as that. And that to me is maybe I'm looking at it from a too loyal aspect. But one thing with me growing up, West Ham players, you'll stick together, you'll fight for the cause. That's what it
Yeah,
is. You'll fight for
Da-
the cause
Damien, can
and
I ask you a question as well, mate?
yeah,
go.
go on.
All right, so just a yes or no. You said earlier that you think Lucas Paqueta is jumping ship. Yes or no?
I'm not going to answer that in a one-word answer, bro.
Okay, so with your answer in your head, would you sell him based
Yeah.
on your answer if he's not going to help us maintain Premier League status?
If Paqueta doesn't want to play if Paqueta refuses to play, then yes, I would of course sell him.
Okay.
Well, so we're on the same wavelength then.
But I'm not sure I buy into that he refused to play against QPR, because where were Fernandez? Where was Areola?
Yeah, but that's irrelevant. Them two don't want to leave the club, right? I can guarantee it. Yeah, he's thought about it. Right, he got subbed off against Nottingham Forest on the hour mark. He's thought right, and he's probably spoke to people in his camp, and they've said, "Well, make sure that you don't play on Sunday because you don't want to get an injury, and we're going to try and push and move to Brazil." He goes and plays Sunday. He picks an injury up. He ain't going home. Simple as that, right? And that's what I believe. You see it so many times. Listen, I watch a lot of football podcasts and like, from some of the old players. Right, it wouldn't surprise me. He said, "Oh yeah, I've got a little niggle. I can't play." Right, and it's funny how all of a sudden he's raring to go to Brazil. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I can guarantee you, if this deal does get done, which I believe it's going to get done, probably wouldn't surprise me if it's over the weekend or early part of next week, then he'd be fully fit to play for Flamingo, 100%. Like, I'm not buying it. Maybe I'm too emotionally involved and I should just let it go. But West Ham are 7 points adrift at the bottom of the league. We are fighting to stay in the league. He's a part of that. He's arguably
He's part of the
one of
reason we're there.
Yeah, he's part of the reason that we're there. He's one of our best players, right? And
I'm glad you've acknowledged that, though. I'm glad you've acknowledged that because it feels like a lack of balance. It's like Jared Bowen carries this club. No, Jared Bowen is one player for West Ham. Like I don't like this mentality. It's Jared Bowen FC, Freddie Potts FC. Yes.
yeah, but hold on. I'm gonna fire it back at you, Damien.
They're a team, innit?
Yeah, but Damien,
they're a team.
Everyone's a team.
And if let me just finish. If Bowen, was some outstanding captain,
right.
and people put him on that pedestal and were like, Jared Bowen's been doing this. No, Jared Bowen isn't really a great captain. He's a good player. Same as Paqueta, same as Somerville. Like, they're good players, isn't it?
Right.
So I don't like this mentality. There has been times when Bowen has been stand out, the one performing, but I don't look at West Ham at the moment this season and go, gee, like this hyperbole that the English media.
Yeah, but I've got to disagree with you, bro.
I don't look
100%.
at West Ham and go, oh my God, have they got a player like Jared Bowen? Like, no, I don't think that. I'll be honest.
Yeah, but I'm gonna let Dan land in a minute, yeah. But I'm gonna say this, yeah.
Go on.
Bowen has carried this club for years. Yes, he's the one who scores the goals.
Blood. I'm not having that.
Well, name me someone else who's carried this club other than him.
No.
Come on. Listen, I want to hear it tonight.
I don't think I don't think I'll tell you one thing that I stick to in the summer that I said before. Kudus is a better player than Bowen. Fact. I said that in the summer and everyone got offended by it.
Right, but that's irrelevant to the conversation, right? What I'm trying to say to you right now.
I don't think Bowen carries this club. I think there's been times where Bowen has been the shit hot form player in this club.
Right.
But then again, Bowen's untouchable at this club. At the same time, Bowen is absolutely untouchable. I've seen right wingers get totally disregarded because Bowen's place is absolutely untouchable. So I don't have anything against Bowen. I like Bowen. Don't get it wrong. I just think there's a balance that Jared Bowen FC, Paqueta's a. It's the same thing. It's the same situation where
if you can tell me,
it's the same situation where.
If you can tell me, no, Damien, I'm not letting you get away with this one. I'm not.
I'm saying.
Hold on.
Let me just say one more thing. And I will wrap up. It's the same situation where, Paqueta gets a red card, and it's associated to the death of Billy Bonds. It's like, no, bro, he just lost his temper because we've been absolutely terrible for ages. And it feels like we're going to turn the corner and we don't. They're like stories like that and narratives like that are super unnecessary, bro.
Right.
I see them as this is a football team. It's not EastEnders.
Right.
Go on, say what you're saying.
Right. First things first, number one. Yeah. Bowen's carried this club for years. Lucas Paqueta has never carried this club on his shoulders for years. That's the first thing. Let's be real. I asked it to the chat. Right. Put in the chat Bowen or Paqueta, who's carried this club for years. Jared Bowen.
I'm not coming with that mentality, James, bro. You're playing two players off against each other.
I'm not. Hold on. Let me land. Yeah. First thing, he's carried this club for years, right? Jared Bowen is in a situation where he's a shit captain. That's what the problem is. He's a shit captain, right? And he's learning on the job. He's got no experience around him, right? And the issue is that Bowen can't do it all on his own. If Paqueta was this world-class, top-class player, he'd have more than 2 fucking assists. Do you know what I mean?
You know what? Both of them struggle, and Somerville, from the lack of quality of centre forward in that side. I'm telling you right now, Tatty is not going to stretch Premier League back fours. Pablo ain't even gonna. Pablo, oh my God, do not get me started on Pablo, bro.
Yeah, but
He looks
Damien, hold
championship
on a minute. Yeah,
ever I've seen it.
I need to go back
But
to
what I'm
saying,
saying is, all those players, there are three attacking players, and if
right,
you put a top quality centre forward in that side, all of them play better. Is what
right,
I'm saying.
right. The issue is what you just said about what Lucas Paqueta done on the day of Billy Bonds' death. Right,
Yeah,
there's getting sent off, which is bad. Yeah, in any form of sending off, it could be bad, right? Whether it's a late tackle, 2 yellow cards, or whatever. Getting sent off the way he got sent off on that day is totally unacceptable and wrong. Popping the ump because a decision doesn't go his way, and then he jeopardizes the team, right? How is
I
that?
agree.
How
I
is that
agree.
acceptable?
I'm
Do you know
not
what I'm
saying
saying?
it's acceptable, bro. I'm saying there's no association to people saying, "How can he do that on the day of the death of Billy Bonds?" Bro, it don't need to go that far. It
Well,
don't need to go that
I,
far.
I'll tell you,
That's a narrative being pushed way
I'll
too
tell you
far.
what, mate. Right, and this
Is it
thing,
stupid? Yes. Has it got anything to do with the death of Billy Bonds? No.
right?
It's not got
But
nothing to do with
I ain't
the
go on,
death
even
Dan.
of
having
Billy
these
Bonds.
conversations.
It's not got nothing to do with the death of Billy Bonds. But that's the day where we all need to come together, right? And we need to come together every time. But
Agree.
when we're in a predicament, and then one of our absolute fucking legends dies, and you take it upon yourself to run your mouth and then run your mouth and then run it a little bit more when you've been told to fuck off or you're going to be sent off, that's a you issue. It doesn't matter if you've done it on the day of
I
Billy
agree
Bond's
it's
death
his
or
fault.
another day.
I
And it
Hold
agree
didn't
it's
on.
need
his
to
fault.
be.
But
It
I'm
didn't
saying
need
the
to be.
level of association to Billy Bonds is too far, is what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you it's his fault, but then to go and take it 13 more steps forward to associate it to the death of Billy Bonds is dumb, is what I'm saying.
Well,
He ain't thinking when he's going off on the rev, I don't care about Billy Bonds. He's just thinking, I've fucking had enough, is what
well,
he's thinking.
yeah, but I'm going to say
And that's
this,
the reality of it. And another one, yeah. Another one I don't like as well, yeah. It's narratives. I'm sure the board pushed these narratives out. I'm
right?
not even on Twitter anymore, yeah, but I still check in on certain tweets. This comparison, I hate this club. I hate this club so much, yeah. So the day Paqueta played up front, yeah, people start comparing his pass completion stats to Freddie Potts when Paqueta played up front, and you're comparing a deep lying midfielder's passing stats to
Right.
someone who is a 10 doing the role of a centre forward. And people buy into it. So it's obviously some sort of narrative that people are actually not being able to detach themselves from.
Well,
It's dumbness,
all I'm going to say is
stupidity.
this, yeah, right? I don't hate this fucking club, right? That's the first thing, right? Anyone who hates this club, right? Why?
The
Why?
ball. I
No,
hate the balls.
no, listen, mate.
I know they spill stories out all the time. They get people trying to dance to their tune, and it's whatever ones you take and whatever ones you don't take.
Yeah,
And
but
that's the reality of it.
the problem is, right, people only believe what they want to fucking believe, right? And I'll tell you what, it's very good when you got someone who's a very good salesman at selling it. Let's put it like that. When you got someone who is a very good at speaking very, very well, might look the part, right? Might be a top quality salesman, they can sell rice to the fucking Chinese, right? If it comes from someone else who's not as liked, maybe speaks a bit common, right? People don't take no fucking notice. I've got a lot of issues with what you just said, right? First things first. Number one,
Yeah.
the day of the Billy Bonds thing, right? That's a respect basis. At the end of the day, I work on a respect basis. Anyone who wants Harry fucking Redknapp at this club, and I've seen that in my chat recently. People saying about Harry Redknapp coming back. What is going on? Harry Redknapp had Billy Bonds over, right? The poor sod has been laid to rest recently, and people want to bring in Harry fucking Redknapp. Are you taking the piss? Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have that geezer anywhere near this fucking club after the way he treated Billy Bonds and had him over many, many years ago, right? Billy Bonds, legend. Harry Redknapp, a prick. It's as simple as that. And Damien has gone. Do you know what I'm saying? Goodbye, Damien. Dan, anything else you want to say, mate?
No, I was just listening to him rage.
Yeah.
Just listening
Yeah.
to him rage. Look, we're West Ham, right? We're gonna agree with things. We're gonna disagree with things. By the end of the day, there's only people in the club and outside of the club that are based semi in the club that are going to
Right.
know certain situations and what's going on in the changing room, what's going on in the boardroom, finances, all that stuff. What we get
Yeah.
in the media is what they want to share with us,
Yeah,
right?
but
So
the thing is, it's been like this for years, mate. Like
it's
this
going to
is not.
continue to be.
Yeah,
It's
right.
never going to change.
It's never going to change, right? It's just it is what it is. Yeah. For me personally, right. Nothing will change until the owner goes, right? And I've always said that. I've stuck by it for years on this fucking channel. I have always said that if you want change, you need to get the owner out first before you can integrate change. You know what I mean? Keep changing managers over and over again. And I've got a feeling, I don't know why, but we've got a new assistant coming in, right? Who come in apparently yesterday or something. I've got a feeling Nuno's turned around and told the club that he's going to stay. He's going to stay, even if West Ham are relegated. He's going to stay and get it going. Someone just said, get the other geezer back on. It's a good debate. Damien, if you want to come back on, mate, links in the chat, man. I don't know what happens here, but
Yeah, I don't look. I'm not here.
don't rage quit on here, Damien. Don't rage quit, mate. We don't have no rage quitting on E20 Zone
I
TV.
like
So
to. I like to hear opinions. It's
yeah,
important.
yeah, because it's a passion basis on this channel,
It
mate.
is.
So there you go.
If we don't show passion as fans, then they don't feed off of our energy. So, look, he disagreed with me about we played alright at QPR. We got
Mm,
a win that we needed to get. It's a boost, right? We go into a London derby against our apparent fucking biggest cup rivals in the world, our World Cup final, according to
mm.
Tottenham fans, with a win,
Now,
and they're shit at home. So, look, James, I don't think that we are relegated right now. We have got
not yet.
17 games left. We've still got to play all the big dogs again. But West Ham from past has showed up against big teams. Not lately, but when it's mattered, we've done it.
Yeah.
I don't think we are relegated. I think we're in the dogger right now. I think we're in a shitload of trouble. But until it's done, if we can take it to Leeds on the last game of the season and we're still in with a fight, that fucking stadium that I cannot stand will be rocking.
What
Like
makes
Seville.
what makes me laugh, Dan? Right, is if we go and beat Spurs in 48 hours, people believe again. Like,
We
if
have to.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if we go and beat Spurs, which could happen, it really could. Right, we could go and beat Spurs at the weekend, right, or
Oi,
not
oi.
lose. You know what I mean?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, there's no rage quitting on E20 Zone TV. Anyway, I'll carry on. Right, what I'm saying is, yeah, is if we go and beat Spurs on Saturday night, or just say we get a draw against them, yeah, and Forest lose, right, and it drops down to 6 points, right? Don't forget we've got to play Wolves at home, right? It can be done. It can be
We've
done.
got
I
Leeds
remember
at home as well.
we've got Leeds at home, we've got them at home, we've got Burnley away, right? What we've got to start doing is winning games of football. Now, does that fall on Nuno? Yeah, it does. And the issue is, I don't think Nuno's got the bollocks to go and win games. So I think he's scared to lose. This is the problem with Nuno that I've got. This is why after the Wolves game, I said I think this fucking needs to go. But it's looking likely that he's staying here, mate. Like, I can't see him getting the sack if they're bringing people in. If they're bringing new coaches in for this geezer, why would they sack him?
And they're bringing in players for him. These are players that he wanted.
This feels like West Ham have accepted, and I think
You know,
Nuno's accepted. If it goes
James,
down,
if we sell Lucas Paqueta, mate, he hasn't been playing lately, but a player that we was linked with all summer, I would go all out for Harvey Elliott, and I would get him in this club, and I'd put him in that role. If we get rid of Paqueta, that's what I would do.
well,
That's me as a personal.
let me ask you. Do you think the money's going to be reinvested in this window? Because the argument
It's
stands
gonna have
that
to be.
if Lucas Paqueta goes in this window, right, Sullivan's going to have to reinvest the money, right, straight away, right. People have said that it's out of the Sullivan playbook. Yeah, I understand that, but we won't know until the end of the window. Like, if the end of the window comes and he hasn't invested the money, then fucking go all like, go to his fucking house, do whatever you want to do, right? Unleash fucking hell on David Sullivan, right? At present, we don't know that right now. As supporters, we don't know whether this geezer is going to reinvest that money or not. People will say, well, it's the money. The money's already been paid for the two signings. That's wrong for starters, because Luis Guilherme was sold at the beginning of the window. He was sold for £20 million. So the Pablo deal and the Luis Guilherme deal integrate. That's that on that. So there will be money there. What are you saying, Damien, on that?
It's a balancing act, isn't it? It's what quality can you attract this window? That's why people are telling me, "Oh, I wouldn't take Adama Traore, mate." If Nuno can get Adama Traore, an established Premier League player, to my club right now, when
Love him.
we have no attacking talent whatsoever, come man, come be our new Antonio. But I think this is where the confusion comes in, right? If you sell Paqueta, yeah, what are you gonna get to replace him? And I agree with you. Everything you've said about Paqueta to a certain degree, I agree with. Do I think he had a moment where he shirked it? Yes. Do I hate that? Yes. Did I lose my temper not seeing him there? Yes, because I started hearing there were bids coming in from him a couple of days ago, so it was associated. But I find a middle. I find a middle ground between. I see bids coming in. I see Spurs. I see Villa. I see Chelsea. I see Fernandes, Areola, and Paqueta not at the thing, not at the game. And then I think it's related, isn't it? And I think. I don't know whether I don't know, innit? I don't know where the stories come from.
I actually don't think West Ham have prepared for the Lucas Paqueta sale. That's the problem that we've got.
That's the thing, and they shouldn't have had to either. Because, like you said, he said, "I'm staying for a year," so they shouldn't have had to. To be honest, they shouldn't be really. I've seen them. I've seen certain profiles we've been linked to that makes me think they've had an inkling, though. But that kid from Metz is very Paqueta kind of profile, isn't he? I don't know if anyone's seen that one. Alpha Torre, left-footed midfielder. I wouldn't envisage.
Senegalese guy.
Sorry, the
Senegalese guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He played well against Egypt the other day.
Did he? Yeah. Did he? He's at AFCON, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. They won 1-0 yesterday. He played. Yeah.
He's very Paqueta-esque, isn't he? He reminds me of Paqueta.
See, there's two ways of looking at this, yeah? On the one side, you can look at it and go, do you go in the championship market and bring the best talented players to the club now and prepare yourself? Or do you stand back and go, right, see what we can get?
We've got to fight, bro.
Well, one thing we have got to do, we've got to bring a centre half in this club. That's urgent, right? And how this club has not brought in a centre half, and I'm seeing Charlie Cresswell looking like he's going to Wolfsburg, which is fucking baffling. And I'm seeing links to Ethan Pinnock, which I'm not against. Jamal Lascelles. I see Lewis Dunk mentioned, and I don't know about that one, but I don't think he'll come to us because he's Brighton through and through. But like West Ham need to go out and get players. The issue is, I think what we've got with a lot of these players is that we will pick up players right on deadline day, because one thing that works in West Ham's favour right now is it's a World Cup year. It's a World Cup year, so a lot of these players are going to want to play to try and get into their national sides come the summer, and that is where West Ham might be able to go out and get some higher caliber of player. Do you know what I'm saying?
For Tony.
He's there, isn't he? He's there, but he's like apparently something to do with the tax or something. I can't see that one happening. But I think West Ham have got the strikers. I think we need another 3 players myself. I think we need 2 centre halves. I think we need a left-sided covering sort of attacker. Because if Somerville does go down for any reason, who's going over there? Do you know what I mean?
We went for Wanyeri, didn't we, from Arsenal when he turned us down?
Yeah, but I don't blame some of these youngsters for like not turning us down, because if they're playing for Arsenal and for argument's sake, Saka goes and gets an injury, he's straight in the squad again, isn't he? Like, let's be real. So he's got no reason to sort of go and come to West Ham. It's madness, really. But Damien, what do you think on Saturday, Spurs?
I'm happy Kudus ain't playing. I know that much. Tottenham, I can't believe. I know people are critical of. I think their players are better than what their league form, their league position is suggesting. I'll say that much.
Mm.
You never know. We picked up a little bit of confidence against QPR. We'll see, innit? I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know.
I done a preview earlier on today, and I basically turned around and said that this is one game I fucking hate. Like Spurs away is always the game that I hate because I'd rather know the result now so I can prepare myself. Like there's been times where we've been to Spurs and we've fucking been electric. I remember, I think if the Grove's in the chat, he might remember this when Ravel Morrison. I was at that game many years ago and fucking it was electric, mate. That was one of the best. That's the best away day I've ever had. I think as a West Ham fan going to Spurs
I was
and
at that
beating.
game.
Yeah, fuck it was
3-0,
brilliant,
wasn't
mate. I was living in North London at the time, and I fucking loved it, mate. Trust me, because I a lot of as I say, I know a lot of Spurs people. Because I used to live in North London, and they used to give me so much fucking shit. Yeah, and when Rav done that run, mate, and scored that goal, it was we won the fucking yeah. It's up there. It's the best away day I've ever done, mate. 100%. Like I stand on that. Um, I just it's one of them games. Right, if we win it, we're all on cloud nine. If we lose it, we're all fucking literally want to jump out the fucking window. Do you know what I'm saying? So it is mad.
I
It is
think it's an
mad.
opportunity, innit? Because if Tottenham have been shit at home, if we win that game, Forest have got Arsenal.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
fucking make it a London derby. Because when we played them at home, we lost 3-0. Crowd
yeah,
weren't into it. The players weren't into it. We were absolutely shit.
yeah. I
Turn
agree
it
on that
around and do
comment.
something.
It could go under the radar. 3 p.m. kickoff. That's fair. Like it's not a big televised game. It's a blackout game, so that does help the situation. Um, I'm just.
I think we
It,
win on Saturday.
Joe, what I think. I think we draw. Well, I'm hoping for. Well, I'm hoping for a win, but I think it'll be a draw. I think we do Sunderland next week at home. I think by next week we'll have everything sorted out. I reckon West Ham will bring in a player maybe next week, and then obviously the new players are getting acclimatised to the situation. I think we beat Sunderland, and then we go into the Chelsea game as a free hit. In the Chelsea game, you know what? Liam Racine is in there, all right? You just never know. You just never know. Like sometimes these new managers take time to get acclimatised to the Premier League. One thing Nuno's got to do though is if we're ever in a situation where we're winning the game, he's got to look to win the game rather than be scared to
That's the
lose it.
problem I have with him.
Yeah,
When we
I
take
agree.
the lead, and we take the lead in a lot of games, James, he sits
Yeah,
back right away.
that is a problem. Like, and that's the thing I worry about is him taking the lead against Spurs at the weekend and then sitting there and retreating and fucking saying, right, come and break this down. Like, and
Can't
don't
do that.
forget, like we've got Max Gilbert and fucking Tadibo at the back. Now, no disrespect, Tadibo is like better, but Max is he's a bit of a mess, isn't he? Do you know what I'm saying?
Damien, you
Um,
said something earlier, mate, about the centre back that he was going to bring on and was told not to bring on. What's your
Mm.
thoughts personally about Ezra Myers? Because he's been getting a lot of action lately. So
Uh,
what's your take on that? Because I don't think he's done anything wrong. I think
no,
he
no,
looks
no.
fair.
I don't see him as a left wing back, innit? Uh, I don't. I don't see him as a left wing back. I see him as more of a left set. I watched the under 21s, and I see him as more as a. He don't even play left centre back for the under 21s. He plays the kind of central one who kind of dictates it all. And there's another left centre back called Rayan Oyabade. I like
Oh, your
him as
body,
well.
yeah.
He's
yeah,
good, yeah. But with Mayers, I see him as more like a left centre back of a three, and
I
then
agree with this.
if
Yeah,
you push him physically in training during his development, you might get like a proper left back out of him. Left wing back seems a bit of a push to me, especially at this stage. But I like Mayers. I love a left foot, innit? It's like the man in my profile picture I wanted us to sign 18 months ago. Last month, left-footed six is what I wanted. But I
I'm
wanted a
impressed.
left-footed six next to Alvarez. But
I,
yeah.
I, I'll be honest with you, I am impressed with him, Mayers. I watched him the other day.
I like Mayers.
There's a player there, isn't there? I mean, there's
100%, mate.
There's definitely someone there.
And he looks like he can adapt to anything and all. Like he can adapt to like whatever sort of system that you're trying to play. I agree with Damien in a back three. I'm not against him being in the back three. I just don't like West Ham in the back three. As a wing back, I'm not on that one. I don't think he's got
that QPR game. Why he was relatively successful. Well, why he was successful in that position at left wing back is because we took the sting out of that game with a back three, and it was quite slow pace. Yeah. So he had the kind of license to get up the line and make himself available and then come back. I think if that's a to and fro Premier League affair and he's having to do that, wing back is not an easy role either. So
true.
Yeah.
But it'd be great. That would have been a great experience for his development, whatever way it's looked at. Him having to cover the yards of a left wing back, even at championship level, is a good thing. So I like Mayers. I like a few of them. I like Kante. I like Ajala. I like Mayers.
I like Ajala.
Kante's got a future, proper future.
Fair on. Yeah, Kante, he's doing good there. They're taking their time with him, innit? But
one thing I'm going to say, get to this question, everyone, even though we've been bad, who's been your hammer of the year so far? I'll start off with Dan. Who'd you say, Dan? Hammer of the year?
It's fucking hard, isn't it?
Fucking is hard, mate.
I was thinking, when you pulled it up, I was thinking, look, honestly, I would have to say, and it's going to sound stupid because we ain't kept a clean sheet, but I'd say Areola.
Yeah, that was mine.
Because we would concede so many, and he gets so much shit. But he saves so much, and it's because we're under so much pressure. I can't give any of the starting players. Fernandez is a close second.
Yeah.
But I would have to give it to Areola.
I think if the season ended now, then you can probably say that Areola, yeah. Like, but
or even Kyle Walker-Peters, unfortunately, because he ain't done fuck all wrong, but he ain't done nothing good.
I think Fernandez, for me, I like Fernandez. The issue is West Ham goes down, we ain't keeping him. He'd be gone. Like, and that's where it's a bit of a pain in the arse with us at the minute. I feel like West Ham have got some half-decent players in there, but just the problem is, yeah, the structure at West Ham has been sucked out for the last 2.5 years. Like, let's be real. Like, we've gone through different managers, different styles of play, different fucking like voices in there. And that's where it's all coming back to bite us in the arse. Now, all I'm going to do is hope that Nuno can sort this out in time. But can he? Is another thing, though, isn't it? Let's be real. Like, do any of you have any faith that he can keep us in this league? Like him, though. Like, not West Ham as the squad. I'm looking at Nuno now. What are you saying?
You learn, Damien. I need to think about it.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of tactical things that I just look at Nuno, I'm like, bruh, like, is that what you're on? Yeah, like when he set up the fullbacks on the opposite side of their feet, I'm thinking, what is my?
Yeah, but Damien, I'm going to ask you something here. Yeah, is that him, or has he been ill-advised by the coaches? Because there's been certain things that he's done that all of us have gone, fuck me, what is he doing? Why is he doing that? Is that him? Or is that the coaches advising him in that aspect?
I have no idea. Him.
I'm going to answer for you. That's him.
You reckon, yeah?
100%. You don't come into a club and put a left back, right away. Surely you don't go into training and say, this was your position. Let's try you over here.
Yeah.
You don't do that. You don't. And that fucking Brentford and Leeds is going to bite us in the arse. If we go down by 1 point, Brentford and Leeds, them lineups, mate. Your first two, was it not his first two? Because he had Everton first.
It was. I know what you mean.
He had Everton first and we drew 1-1.
His first 4 games were Everton away, Arsenal away, Brentford at home, Brentford and Leeds. Yeah. The issue is with the Brentford and Leeds ones, I can sort of understand it because there was a lot of factors in that Brentford, especially in the Brentford game, because that was the boycott game.
It was after an international break, James.
After an international break, we played the last game on the Monday night. I don't think Nuno stood there and thought Andy Irving was the solution. I think he was advised to play Andy Irving. Now, you can blame him for the fucking Brentford one, but no, you can not blame him for the Brentford one, but the Leeds one, you definitely can blame him for, because to play him twice in 5 days is borderline taking the piss, isn't it? Let's be real.
I've got a take on it.
Yeah.
And I'd like to know your opinion personally, James.
Go.
Damien Button as well, but he will go from starting Andy Irving to not playing him at a second of the next 3 games. He does it with Guido Rodriguez as well. What is why are you trying to make him happy by starting them, giving them 60, 70 minutes to keep them quiet when you plan to sit them on the bench for the next 3, 4 games without giving them a minute? Like, what is the point in integrating these players into your team if you have no intentions of playing these players over the next few games?
I honestly can't answer that, mate. I really can't. I've got no answer to that, because there's been moments with him where I've looked at him, like the Newcastle game. West Ham was electric in that game. Like, I mean, I done the watch along on here.
That's our best formation, man. 4-3-3. This team to me is a 4-3-3 side. It lacks a bit of physicality, but it's got balanced profiles and it's got some good ball players. That's how I'm hoping the new coach that come in is hands-on, very tactical, because Nuno's a low block merchant, and Nuno wants to sit 9 men behind the ball, 8 men behind the ball, and punt it to someone. But it doesn't suit our team. We need to be building up through midfield. So yeah,
there was someone on YouTube that said, and I don't know who it was, I really don't. Someone said we played the same midfield for Newcastle and we played the same midfield for Burnley. We won both of those games, and we've not played the same midfield since.
And the midfield was
Fernandes,
Paqueta,
Potts, and Paqueta.
Yeah, that's what it was. That was the 3. Because then you had allowed Somerville, Bowen, and obviously it was Callum Wilson.
I thought that was our best. The way he run that was our best look, to be honest, because I remember, and then he brought Magasser off the bench for not fresh legs, for a yellow card. I thought that was also heading in the right direction there.
Yeah, but you know what happened after that Newcastle game? And this is when you boys say about the Brentford Leeds one. I don't look at it like that way. And I said this on West Ham Fan TV the other day. I look at it. The Bournemouth game is the one that kills me every time I look at that fixture list, because if we go and beat Bournemouth, and we should have beat Bournemouth, West Ham go into that Liverpool game with so much confidence. Yeah, and ever since then, ever since the Bournemouth away game, West Ham can't hold a lead now. Like, if you go back and look at the Bournemouth game, we had Bournemouth, we had Liverpool, we had Man United, we had Brighton, and I think we ended up getting to Aston Villa. I think it was the Man City, right? After that Bournemouth game, West Ham can't keep a fucking clean sheet. It just
How many defensive players did we end with on the pitch in that Bournemouth game? 9.
Do you know what? Someone said it on a space that I've done, and I thought that was fucking spot on. Shout out to George, yeah. They turned around and said it was so disrespectful what Nuno done against Bournemouth, because basically he just took the piss to say, you know what, you try and break us down there. And when Bournemouth were going through us and they scored the first one, it was only a matter of time. Do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Let's get to Mark.
As someone watching that game, go on, bro. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, for keeping going in these dire times, you deserve the 6K, bro. Keep up the good work. Cheers, Mark, mate. Much love, mate. And Mark, I need to get you on here, mate. I know soon, and to do a video with us. Yeah, go on, Damien.
That Bournemouth game. I do remember. I've been in and out this season. I'll be honest. I've not enjoyed this season at all. But I do remember thinking to myself during that game, in his defence, yeah, I can't defend the Leeds and Brentford games. I could not defend anything about those games. But I agree with you. The Bournemouth one was gutting, isn't it? If I'm going to be honest, and I don't think Nuno's done well at all, yeah. But I remember thinking to myself, we're going to have to lock up shop here soon. But I think he went too early, and I think he went about 15, 20 minutes early, because realistically, our goals come from punts upfield to Wilson. And I don't even see Wilson as like a hold-up striker. I think he's done brilliantly to adapt himself to that, but
Yeah.
that's not his bread and butter. And he was like holding up bloody long passes from Ariola and whatnot. So
Yeah, but I think there's a
he
lot
did
of things
what
though, mate. I'm
he
gonna be
did
honest.
what
I
he
think there's a
got.
lot of things. Just say this quick, yeah. There's a James Ward-Prowse thing that sort of hinders me a little bit, right? There's that. There's the Callum Wilson thing recently. I know Wilson looks like he's going to Celtic now, so he's had it right off, right? But there's just little things with Nuno that I do wonder if you upset him, he will exile you out of the team completely. And I just like the James Ward-Prowse thing. As supporters, we could probably all agree and say that we didn't want him starting for West Ham, right? We
Mm-hmm.
could probably all agree on that, but not to be exiled out of the team, right? The way he has been, and you've got people like Guido Rodriguez on the bench who offers fuck all, Andy Irving who offers nothing. It just feels a bit. I don't know. What do you think,
I'm
Dad?
gonna I'm gonna disagree with you, James, for the first time tonight.
Go on, fucking hell. Go on, son.
Yep.
Bring it. Let's have a rumble. Go on.
James Ward-Prowse got a lot of shit. He was singled out, and now Max Kilman's being the one that's being singled out. We find it very easy to pick a player that we look at their stats and we say they're offering nothing. James Ward-Prowse was that. In a season, I saw this, and this fucking hit me on the head. In a season where set pieces have been so fucking crucial, we
Right.
ain't got our best set piece player playing, or even as an option. Now, I'm sorry, but the disrespect that he's got from Nuno is not fucking acceptable. Going into a press conference and they ask him questions, what's the deal with James Ward-Prowse? James knows the deal. That's not acceptable. It's not. You don't come into a club and say to an established Premier League player, albeit he got relegated and he's not the best player in the world, you can't sit around and say to him, you're not worthy of putting on a shirt for this club. He does pass backwards, and he is negative thinking.
Yeah.
Mark Noble was also backwards passing, but the desire that Mark Noble had is obviously bigger than James Ward-Prowse. But I don't see any reason that James Ward-Prowse can't be in this squad. Not saying a starter,
I
Yeah.
do
but what
agree.
did
I
he
do
ever? What
agree.
did he? What did he ever do wrong? Why have we picked on James Ward-Prowse? Why?
Do you know what I think that was? I think it was the board told him, "Do you want to get these fans on side? Drop James Ward-Prowse from the squad because everyone's seen him as Potter's
Pet.
the pet."
Potter's pet.
And
Yeah.
the thing about Potter is people genuinely didn't like Potter because it was so evident that he didn't handle himself well in front of the press. So what we don't see with Nuno, people might not really like. But when he comes in front of a camera, he give you very little. He'll play the game. With Potter, he was having mental breakdowns in front of the camera every single week. You know what I mean? And that's all we get to see. So if he's coming on camera and he's representing the club and he's arguing with reporters, and there was one I watched live. Oh my god,
I remember, yeah.
he had a lit. Oh my god, they before they cut it, he went up to a reporter. He went, "You two can stop laughing." And I'm thinking, my god, is this guy serious?
I remember last season, Brighton away, when we'd just been done 3-2, I think it was. We was
Yeah,
2-1 up, and he's in there and he's just going mad. The issue with Nuno with that is that I feel like he's got he holds a grudge. He holds a
no,
grudge with the player.
my thing is, I think the club have said to him, if you want to get people right on side straight away, because they were reporting that everywhere that James Ward-Prowse has
Yeah.
been dropped. I don't see it. I
True.
don't see it anywhere else with other players. So like it's like James Ward-Prowse is not included in the squad. It's like, so you know what I
No, we
Yeah.
mean?
done. Look, we done. They come over. I live in America, Damien, and they come over for the summer, and
Mm.
we done the games, and me and a couple of mates, we went to the hotel where the players were all. They were all like, we just. I think we just beat. Who did we beat? I think it was Everton. We beat.
Everton, yeah.
Yeah, we beat Everton in Chicago. And so me and a couple of fellas went to a hotel, and all the players were there. We went, fifth, sixth floor. All the players were there. They're all fucking DJ and Nicholas Fulcrook's buying everyone shots. It was all fun and that. And, we got a picture of him and all the players are interacting. And James Ward-Prowse came up to us and Andy Irving. Andy Irving was like, oh, we saw you guys at the game. We got pictures with you, this, that, and the other. We asked James Ward-Prowse. He took a free kick that game, and he hit the wall. And
Yeah,
we jokingly said, "When are you gonna hit this fucking record?"
yeah,
That's what we said to him, and he was, "Oh, it's coming this year." And I said to him, I'm glad to have you back at West Ham. I'm hope that you push on from that Nottingham Forest loan." And
Mm.
his exact words to me and my friend was, "That was an absolute disaster, and I'm so happy to be back." So
Yeah.
something definitely happened at Forest
What
that
what
Nuno.
do you think happened, Dan, at Forest? If you used a guess, what would you say?
I can't put it on. I can't because the personality that I saw from James Ward-Prowse is you listen, you're a professional, you've done what you're told. I think it's just not a Nuno player. He's
Yeah.
just not a Nuno likes an aggressive player, and James Ward-Prowse is a little bit maybe smaller, a little bit passive, maybe a little bit negative because he's backwards, and that's unfortunate. I promise you, there's a player there. It
Who
was.
who do you think
I
brought
said
him
this
in?
before. James Ward-Prowse to me is a 10, bro. James Ward-Prowse does not belong near my goal.
I remember
I
us
need
playing him on the left wing.
Hmm.
that was because Steiden. I blame that on Steiden when he sold Ben Rama and Fornells and bloody oh sorry, I forgot the Ibrahim Osman. Oh, we'll have him. Brighton took him.
Yeah.
So everyone had to go left wing. Remember JWP, Ben Johnson. It's like, who wants to go this? You know what I mean? Put your hands up, lads. Who wants to do the left wing shift? Oh my god, this
Graveyard shift.
joke, bro. Honestly,
I think that
Sullivan,
I think
get
that's just a
out of my
grudge.
team.
There is
Huh?
a grudge there, yeah.
It's a grudge. It's
Yeah.
got to be a grudge. Something's happened at training, or maybe he's fucking injured one of his important players. Maybe he's been late to a fucking dinner. But Nuno's hold a grudge. I would rather have Ward-Prowse on the bench than Irvin, then Guido, and then Golan Beckis. To be honest,
Yeah, but this is the
He's
thing
not
though,
going to get on
Dan.
the pitch.
Yeah, but this is the thing though, Dan, yeah? I'm not I'm not James Ward-Prowse's biggest fan. But the way I look at it with him, he's more experienced than Andy Irving and fucking Guido. Like, especially in the Premier League. Like, as a Premier League footballer, he's been there, seen it, done it. He can help us in regards of being like having experience. Well, like, the one thing with West Ham that baffles me, I don't know about anyone in the chat, yeah, it does fucking really baffle me, is we've got experienced players, but one of them's fucking exiled. It's like, and we need experience in this
Well, two of
situation.
them are now.
Yeah, well, two of them are now, yeah, but it just doesn't make no sense. The thing is with Nuno is I do feel like he holds a grudge. Something Damien said just a minute ago, I think one of you just said it about his press conferences. I watched it today, and he's a man who speaks a lot of words but doesn't really give you any answers. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And I
It's a
was like,
sentence that never ends, isn't it? It's a
yeah,
sentence that just goes round and round. He doesn't have an answer. He
yeah,
tells you what you think you want to hear. Yeah, you know. That's what he
yeah.
does. It's it's up and down. It's circles, and it's we need the fans on our side. The fans have not gone anywhere, mate. But it's up to you guys to fucking. It's up to you to kick the players up the fucking ass, to encourage the fans to want to go to games, to want to
Mm.
be there, to want to push the fucking players, to kick them up the arse and kick you up the arse and all.
Let me ask both of you this year, right? If we do go down, do you think Nuno stays here? Because I don't think, right, the more I look at this, and not listen, I want him out. I don't think he's good enough, but I don't think he's getting the sack. Right? I really don't. Not that they brought a coach in. That's just completely null and voided that for me. If, for argument's sake, we do go down, and Nuno's decided to stay, do you accept him in the championship for you?
Yes, for me, just for the sheer fact that I think those players deserve some level of consistency. I'll be honest,
I agree. I sort of agree with you
and
on that. Yeah.
I've so many times I've started experiencing like people looking at that squad with a fresh pair of eyes. I'm like, what are you doing, man? It's like I'd rather someone just get to grips with it. One thing I do not like about Nuno is the over reliance on Mendes, though. I hate it. I hate it. There are 1,000,001 players in this world. They don't have to be Mendes players. I'm sorry. It's very, very, very annoying that that needs to stop. I'm being honest. I like the fact that he's got Premier League experience, so he has relationships with people in the game. It's like, well, should we send James Ward-Prowse on loan? Where do you send him? Southampton, not Southampton unlikely to pay his wages. Who would take him? Moyes, you know what I mean? So it's like the Premier League's quite a small place, yeah. And if you've got someone like Nuno who has got good relationships with players, ex-Wolves players, ex Forest players, etc. I'm not opposed to that, but this agent stuff I don't like. I just feel like it's bent as a 9 bob note, to be honest.
Do you think this is like a Steidon thing all over again, though? In your opinion, like, because everyone's like, Nuno's here.
There's no way Mendes pays the level of attention to West Ham that Steidon did. Steidon's job was technical director or sporting director or whatever you want to call him. So his focus is West Ham. Mate, Mendes isn't sitting there thinking, what do West Ham need? So David Sullivan will say, we need a striker. And he'll go, I've got him, and him. And that's the level of thought that goes into it with Mendes. He don't care. I've worked in recruitment. I worked in recruitment, yeah. And I come from like an education background, innit? So I'm kind of like I naturally give a shit, yeah? I naturally give a shit. So I don't want to just send anyone anywhere kind of thing, yeah? But a lot of recruiters don't care where they're sending people, and that is ultimately what Mendes is, isn't it? He don't care. As long as he gets paid, he doesn't care if your striker's 5'8" and runs like a bolt of lightning, or he's 6'5" and can jump in the air.
Yeah, but let me ask you something. Yeah,
he's made his transaction.
Yeah, but let me ask both of you this, right? What is Nuno's job title at West Ham? Is he a coach, head coach, is he, or is he manager?
Mate, I'm telling you. I think, me personally, I don't think he does a lot of what I pick up on. I don't think he does a lot of hands-on coaching. I think a lot of his time is assessing the situation as a whole and trying to get. And I respect that. To be honest, if you can facilitate, because that's how I'm definitely not comparing Nuno to Alex Ferguson, but supposedly Alex Ferguson would spend 1 or 2 days with the players and the rest they'd be talking about other things to do with the club. And I think Nuno has kind of taken that role on, in which he's trying to get an overview of the entire club, maybe, rather than I don't know, setting up like hands-on coaching every single day.
Let me ask Dan. Yeah, Dan, what do you think Nuno is? Like head coach? Is he a manager? I think West Ham need a manager in there, someone who can organise everything. But
I don't think he's that, mate. I think that people are telling him what to do, and I think he's still trying to figure out the club. Yeah. When you're 3-0 down at Wolves and you see him just sitting there the whole time with his legs crossed and his hand on his face, a manager gets up and changes something. And your question earlier, James, I'm going to answer it quickly. Very quickly. I'm going to be very to the point. I don't want Nuno as our manager in the Championship. If we go down and Burnley go down, I want Scott Parker, someone that knows what it fucking means to be at West Ham.
Does it have to be someone who's West Ham related for you?
Yes. Yep, for me, to get this club back. If we go down, James, we might see League fucking 1 before we see the Premiership again.
That's my fear. If you want me to be honest,
we need someone immediately that knows what it fucking means to play for this club, what the fans think about this club.
Do you know who I would love? Who the fan base would get behind it straight away? He's a young manager. He's learnt his trade. He's an international manager. Go and get Craig Bellamy. If you want someone who's been there, seen it, done it,
he understands the crowd as well, doesn't he? Remember, I don't know if you remember his interview. He said the West Ham fans, he knows what they want.
I wouldn't mind Bellamy, because I think Bellamy, he works on emotion and passion, and he won't accept shit. And I think if Wales, after the World Cup, if West Ham are in the Premier League and Nuno is no more, and that they decide that they're going in a different direction, I wouldn't mind Bellamy. I think Bellamy is the sort of manager that West Ham need. West Ham fans need to have a connection with the manager, and one thing that I will say is we haven't had a connection with a manager for fucking years, for donkey's years. Like, I don't think many people connected with Moyes, if I'm being honest. Some people liked Moyes, but not many sort of connected with what it felt with the club. So I would go and get Bellamy. If that was my pick and I could pick anyone, then I'll go and get him. Obviously, I wouldn't mind Michael Carrick either, but I know he's gone to United, and if United do well, he's going to have a problem there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Can I ask you both a question?
Go.
How important to you do you think it is? No, okay, let me re-quote that. How important to you is a manager at the club? Is the manager the main reason a club succeeds, or is it semi down to the players not performing?
I think for me, I think the manager has to run the show, mate. I think we've got too much of this head coach stuff, and obviously, I don't think that the head coaches work in the modern day, if I'm being honest, unless you're a top class head coach. Like, when I look at other managers out there, right, I look at people that control the whole environment. What you just said, or I think Damien said it about the training sessions, is true, because like if West Ham are in this dilemma, West Ham's first training session was yesterday, after Sunday. And I need someone who's going to be organising everything. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know about Damien. Damien, what are you saying, mate?
It's a good question. I think I think the man in charge is very important. I'll be honest. I think the man in charge is very, very important. And I'll be honest, I've seen this club spend dough on average players and not be willing to go and spend dough on a top manager. I feel like we've missed that boat several times now, actually going to get someone out of their contract. So I do think managers are massively important. Massively important. Yeah. So
do you think Pep would keep us up right now with the players that we got?
I think you'd make us better.
Right now, with the players that we've got right now, do you know my biggest concern with that side? I'll be honest, and it has been for ages. Premier League level centre forward. I don't think we have one. I like Wilson's contribution. I have liked Wilson's contribution. Pablo, no disrespect, mate, if this gets back to you, but you're not looking like a Premier League player to me. And Tatty, I see qualities in, but whether he's that man who's going to stand up against the Premier League back four for me, I'm not sure. So
he's not a striker, Tatty.
To me, he's like a 10. He's like some intelligent, capable attacking player that you can say, "Can you go and do this for me? Can you go and do this for me?" kind of thing, but not hang your hat on for 38 games a season and say, "I need you to stand up top and play against Gabriel and Saliba for me, or Van Dijk and Konate." So
what you just said.
But could Pep keep this team up? I'd say he'd stand a much better chance than Nuno, I'll be honest, because for me, the goalkeeper, the back four when everyone's available are good. In my opinion, they're Premier League quality. I know our centre-backs get a lot of stick, but to me, they're Premier League quality, especially the full-backs. And the midfield, to me, has quality in it. It lacks physicality. But if you've got a coach who is happy to rely on ball-playing midfielders, then that's good. And then you've got the two wingers. Who I think are Premier League quality. And then I think Conte said it. You can get your wife wrong. You can't get your goalkeeper wrong. You can't get your centre forward wrong. I think that'd be his biggest struggle, putting the ball in the net. And I think there'd be a lot of good coaching with Pep. And then it's kind of like, I don't know. Like now, get the ball in the net. He'd want the centre forward to contribute more than any of us are able to. I think so.
The only thing I say on the Pep thing, right? If Pep come in,
Why is he coming? Yeah, are we linked? Did I miss that one?
What have I started?
It's breaking news. Pep's left City for West Ham. Like if Pep was the manager of West Ham, I think he would improve players. I don't think Nuno's improved many players, if I'm being honest, since he's been here. And now he's been here 17 games. Who would you say he's really improved, like dramatically? Maybe Todibo.
Todibo.
I would say Fernandez was decent before Nuno arrived, mate. If I'm being
James,
honest.
I remember having a conversation with you when you said we were going to get Fernandez for a certain amount of money, and you were spot on. And then after 2 or 3 games later, I promise you, we had this conversation. I told you he's going to come good. You said, "Oh, he looked alright the first 2 games. We ain't done fuck all the last few."
Yeah,
and
he
I
didn't.
told you he's going to come good. And I think he's done. I think he's done very good.
He's a good player, mate. He's a good player. Right? When he arrived, it's like it seems like we've got to put the weight of the world on these players. And with the situation West Ham are currently in right now, yeah, West Ham should just unleash the shackles and say, "Boys, just go and play," yeah, and just let it go. And this is why something in my mind is saying they ain't over yet with West Ham. Right? Because listen, you boys are old enough to remember, right? 2007, we fought all the way to the end, and we stayed up on the final day at Old fucking Trafford. Like this is not over yet, right? And I'm gonna do. I think if someone said to me right now, "You got £1,000, James, West Ham stay up or go down," I'm gonna probably say go down, right? Because I believe West Ham are going to run out of time, and they're going to run out of games, and I've stood by that for the last 8 weeks. But something in my mind that says that if West Ham can win one game and win it in a fashion, then the whole fan base will believe again. The problem is the reason why no one is believing right now is because we ain't winning no fucking games. That's the problem. And what Darren says there, he says it's only 3 wins. Now we've got to obviously double that what we've done all season, but
yeah, but we've only won 3 in how many games?
That's what I'm saying. So, but it ain't.
He can't
It's not,
keep playing for points. That's the problem. He can't keep. If we get a lead, he can't say, "Okay, well, let's see,"
and
because
that's what worries
we're
me,
not
Dan.
capable of
Yeah,
defending.
yeah, but that's what scares the shit out of me because there might be a game where it's 1-1. Like just for argument's sake, we're playing Sunderland next week. Right, 12 kickoff. We're playing Sunderland. It's 1-0. You got 10 minutes to go, and he's sitting there going, "No, I'll tell you what, we'll just take the point when we should be going for the win." Do you know what I mean? That's what worries me with Nuno. My problem with Nuno is that I believe that he's scared to win. He's literally scared to go. You know what? Fuck it. If we lose, it is what it is. And if he has that attitude, he might turn it around. Like
My biggest problem with him, and I've got a few problems with him. My biggest problem I've had with him was Wolves away, and it's not because we lost 3-0 to a team who's not won all game. It's because earlier he saw Nottingham Forest lose, and he didn't take advantage of an advantage that was there
True.
for us to capitalise. And we didn't have a shot on fucking target in that game. To a team that had 3 points all season, we didn't have a shot on target. We took as many fans as we fucking did over there,
I felt so
offered
for them fans.
absolutely nothing,
Mm.
and sat there at half time and did not get up of his arse for the entire second half and said, "Well, it's 3-0. Let's just bring on some fringe players." We had a chance there to actually fucking capitalise. You look, Brentford's going to matter, Leeds is going to matter, Wolves is going to matter, and then Forest when we're 1-0 up, and Forest offered absolutely fuck all that game and still won the game. That's 4 games, that's 12 points. We could be 5 points clear right now.
My
Instead, we're
biggest
7 points
flags,
down.
my biggest red flags. I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna leave it here, gents. But my biggest red flags with Nuno, I'm gonna be honest, yeah, were Brentford and Leeds. Like, I do not understand how anyone with a brain can actually decide to do that. I'll be honest.
Switched
But
everything.
yeah, insanity. I don't know what he was up to that day. But anyway, lads, I'll chat to you later. Yeah, thanks for the time. Yeah.
No
Thanks,
worries,
Damien,
mate.
mate.
Take it easy. I sort of understand the frustration of many fans when it comes to things with Nuno. I just don't that he believes in himself. That's the only thing, right? Because I feel like me personally, Dan, yeah, I feel like the Bournemouth game literally killed him. It killed him because he made a decision that massively backfired in that game. And ever since, if you go back and look at the results since the Bournemouth game, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Man United, Brighton, Villa, City, Fulham, Brighton again, and then you get to the Wolves game. Like every game, it's like we're in a situation to win the game or not lose the game, and we end up losing the game. And
Problem is we're in games. That's the problem. We're in games,
yeah,
but we cannot finish games off.
Hmm.
And they, I'm not going to get on VAR because it's going to piss me off, and it's late for everyone. But that second goal against Forest should have stood. That's a whole fucking. When your luck's down, your luck's really down.
There's two
And
games. There's two games where West Ham should have had 6 points, right, and we end up with two, right. And if you look at it in that scenario, we're only 3 points behind, right. Brighton away, they're 1-0, they're 1-0 up.
the head Mavropanos head,
Yeah,
and
he
then the
goes,
handball.
then the
Yep,
handball,
same game.
right, and all that. And then you got the Forest one, where if we go 2-0 up, can I see West Ham losing that game? No.
No.
I think to round this video up before I let you go, right? I think that if West Ham put pressure on Leeds and on Forest, it's not over. West Ham have to put pressure on them teams because what it is at the minute, what I'm seeing, is these teams have got a fucking easy ride. They've simply got an easy ride. They're just sitting there. They're looking at West Ham. West Ham are not winning, and there's no pressure. There's no pressure on these teams at all. If the pressure comes on these teams, can they handle it? That's the $1 million question. Now, someone just said there in the chat that Leeds have just signed a player. I can
One
sort of
and
understand.
yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that one. I think what we've got to do is we've got to hope Forest go far in the European competition because the old Thursday Sunday thing, we've all been there, we've all seen it. Teams don't usually play good after international, and hopefully we might be able to get out of this. Do you think we're going to get out of this, Dan, or not? Or are you on the fence in a minute?
I wouldn't say we're down, but we've got a lot of work to do. I would
Mm,
say let's perform against Tottenham. Hopefully, Arsenal batter Forest, make the goal difference a little bit better because it's bad right now. Um, if we get a point and they lose, it's 6 points, and then it's 2 games. And like you said earlier, we've still got Wolves, Leeds, Burnley. I didn't see anything out of Forest last week that said, "Oh shit, they're much better than us," because they're not.
mm,
So, so the pressure is on us to improve, but the pressure is also on Forest and Leeds, and even teams like Bournemouth who are right above them to continue to grind points out so that we
yeah.
don't catch them. I think, honestly, James, I'm an optimist, and I've been pissed off, and I've taken a break from West Ham, to be honest. But I think we stay up. I
Something.
think we do. I think it comes down to West Ham Leeds last game of the season, and I don't know if you remember a few years ago, Everton needed to win at Goodison
Yeah.
to stay up, and their fucking atmosphere there. I don't think it will be West Ham Seville all over again for West Ham Leeds last game of the season. I think we stay up.
If West Ham can get, let's just say West Ham can get within 5 points of Forest, come the end of the Chelsea game, right? Because obviously the Chelsea game's on the 31st of January, I think it is, right?
It's a week after Sunderland, yeah.
Yeah, and basically it's a Saturday night live game. I think it's a 5:30 kickoff. If West Ham are in touching distance against them, I can guarantee you that the transfer deadline day will be manic. Right, it will be manic because he will look at it and go, 5 points is doable. 5 points is doable. 6 points is doable. 7 points is a mission. Don't get me wrong, because we've got to win 3 games. We've got to hope they lose 3, but we've got 17 games. We ain't got 10. Do you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Right.
Well, James,
So
when we stayed up in 2007, we were 10 points adrift with
Yep.
how many games? 7 games left? 9
I
games left?
never,
Something like that.
I never forget that day. Right, I went into the bookies in the morning, and West Ham were 10-1 to stay up. Yeah, and I think Sheffield United were odds on. Right, I think they were something like 1-6 or something. Right, because Man United had just won the Premier League, and West Ham were going to Old Trafford. And I never forget it. A geezer had Tevez to score, West Ham to win 1-0. I think it was 90-1, something like that. I think West Ham were like something like 8-1 or 10-1 to win the match in 90 minutes. And like I see all the betting slips on the day. I never forget this. And I had like a score on Tevez to score, but not the 1-0. I said him to score. I think it was like something like 10-1 or something. So I was well over the man with my 200 quid. But there was some geezer that I knew, he won about 7 grand, mate. He had fucking everything. He had West Ham to start with the day. He had West Ham to win automatically. He had the 1-0. He had the joint. He had everything, and he was, yeah. Trust me, that night was good, mate. And you know what? I I'm living on hope with West Ham at the minute. That's one thing I will say. I'm living on hope. I'm hoping West Ham are going to stay up. Right? I've got no faith at the minute. My faith changes come probably next week. If West Ham get a result against Spurs, which
Do you
I'm
think
going to
we
say,
do?
well, it's going to prove a lot to everyone. Because if there's one game that a season can be turned around in a blink of an eye, it's Spurs away. If West Ham go to Spurs and win, everyone in the fan base will believe West Ham are staying in the Premier League, including me. Right? There'll be no one sitting there on a Saturday night going, West Ham can't do this, right? Because they can do it. They've got to believe that they can do it. Do I believe that they're going to go to Spurs and win at the weekend? They've got a lot of injury problems, apparently.
Just
Their
sign
clubs
Conor Gallagher, though.
to sign Gallagher. He's going to go straight into that midfield. If we get a draw against them, Arsenal beat Forest, right, and we can get to Sunderland, who Sunderland only scored something like 5 goals away from home all season, and we beat Sunderland at the LS, then the Chelsea game becomes a free hit, right? And we've got to treat these games like 17 cup finals, mate. Simple as that. We've got to play these 17 games like there is everything to gain and nothing to lose. And you know what? You can turn it around. It's just that I worry about what we're going to do from now to the end of the window.
So
Obviously,
let me flip your question then.
go.
You asked me earlier, do I think we're going to stay up? So do you think we're going to stay up?
I don't. I think we're going to run out of time, mate. I've been saying it for a few weeks. I think West Ham are going to run out of games, and certain games that we've let go are going to come back and haunt us. Bournemouth, fucking Wolves away. I, I'm hoping I'm wrong, but when I've been saying this, I've been looking at it and thinking, can West Ham go and beat a side who's like a top side, home or away? Now, if you look at Tottenham at the minute, they're poor. Look at Manchester United at the minute, right? They're not the same team. If West Ham turn draws into wins, it can be done. But my fear is Nuno's very ultra negative and ultra defensive. He's not a manager that is gonna go, you know what, fuck this, right? We don't need a point. We need to go for the win. Um, like if, for instance, at the weekend, if West Ham and Tottenham are 1-1 on the 80th minute, can you see Nuno looking to try and win that game? I
Nah.
don't. I don't see it. I don't see it, and that might be our downfall come the end of the season. I'm hoping I'm wrong, right? But if we do go down, it'll be a sad day for me. It really will, because I've been calling this for years with the owner. People are jumping on the bandwagon of the owner, but I was saying it well before anyone fucking else. But I think we're going to run out of time, Dan, if I'm honest, and that's the thing that really does me, because I think we've let too many games go, and I don't think we've got the personnel in there who can fire us out of this. Do you know what I mean? If Bowen kicks into gear, then we might have half a chance. But we're putting a lot of fucking weight on this geezer's shoulders, mate, to try and save West Ham. And other
Yeah.
players have got to step up and all. Do you know what I mean? So, any final words from you, Dan, before you make a move?
No, I would just say the video started about Paqueta. I would say sell him if you don't want to be here. And again, I always say in your videos, keep the optimism, get behind the boys, and Just keep pushing. It's not over yet, mate. It's 17 games. There's 51 fucking points available. Just play for the badge. Show some desire. Get us behind you. Don't say we need the fans. Give us a fucking reason to be there. And nah, it's important. I think we're gonna do Spurs on Saturday. I do. Do you know? Do Forest play the same time, or do they play Sunday? Do you know off the
I,
top of your head?
I'm not too sure, mate. All I know
Okay,
is
no
let me have a
worries.
look. Let me have a look quick.
Because I bet you if we play before Forest and we win, I bet Forest have a reaction.
Right, we play before Forest. Forest play at R5. So if West
So,
Ham, so if
so
West
they've got
Ham,
an atmosphere at home against Arsenal on TV. Yeah,
so yeah, it's like that. Obviously, there is another game also Leeds against Fulham. Ideally, it would be handy if Fulham could go and do Leeds and all, but we've got to stop relying on other teams. The thing is, we ain't going to be relegated on Saturday. It's a long way to go. The one thing we've got to do is start winning games, and if we can, anything can happen, mate. Anything can happen, and
yeah.
I just hope. I'm living in hope now. Anyway, Dan, take it easy, mate. All the
Take
best here. That has been Dan. Well, people, that's been an After Hours video. I hope you've all enjoyed yourselves. It was a feisty one at the start when Damien and me and Dan were like, it was like a fucking Royal Rumble. Damien rage quit, and I said to him, come back, because we don't do no rage quitting on E20 Zone TV. And he come back, we had a good chat, and all yous have been there to see it. Hopefully, on Saturday night, we're all going to be happy. That's the main thing. West Ham just need a win and give this fan base something. And if they can, then we might have half a fucking chance. But we're living in hope at the minute. For me, I'm living in hope. I'm hoping West Ham are going to stay up, but I don't believe it. I really don't. I think the games that have done it for me might come back and bite us in the arse, and there might come a stage where West Ham might need to must win, and they end up getting a draw, and that's where I think it's just going to pull away from us, if I'm being honest. Anyway, that's enough of me. Take care of yourself. That'll be me done. I'll see you on the afterthought Saturday. Straight after the game, I'll be there. Come on, have you say after the Tottenham game. West Ham, don't let us down, mate. Please. If there's one game that I just do not want to lose, it is Tottenham, right? And if West Ham can go and win that game, if we are going down, fuck it. At least we're going to get a win against them lot up the road. So anyway, that's enough from me. Take care of yourselves. Be good. Be well. Lucas Paqueta is off to Brazil. Peace.